Hey folks, we got some issues to address with a couple bikes when we're going to be in and out of shops the next 2 days. The first one, right back here, this guy, it's an accessory for him, so that's the fun part, the accessories. The other one's maintenance. I'll take you in the back. I'll show you what Lon's up to before we head back there. He's making uniforms for the Thai Army. No, not really. They are action clothes, shirt, pants, outfits for action figures. And then maybe tomorrow we'll work on tackling this guy. This one's 5 years old now, and I went to ride it last week. Needs a battery, which actually for a 5 years old, that's actually pretty good here. A lot of times you only get two or 3 years, but as you can see, I always keep it covered out of the sun. That helps. The heat is not the friend to the battery. I know, all my life I grew up where it was cold in the mid-Atlantic northeast area of the United States, and the cold was always the big enemy of the battery. The freezing temperatures would zap them in the winter. Here it's the exact opposite. So batteries don't like extremes of temperature, put it that way. And also there's some other little things with this bike, but the battery's the big one. The front brakes, I think I need new brake pads. So a whole more maintenance on this guy. And then the big bike, I got an accessory. We'll go get that installed today and whatever else. Before we head down there, though, I'm going to stop on the way because I've got to take care of a piece of business anyway. I'm going to stop at this place and show you. We had a real tragedy here a 3 days ago that I think some of you guys need to be aware of, because the kind of place that this happened at, I know a lot of people who watch, or at least some people who watch, like these kind of places because they've asked me where they can find these kinds of places before. So anyway, I'm going to show you a new one, but I'm going to tell you a reason why maybe you don't want to frequent these kinds of places. Anyway, let's hit the road. Another thing we might have to address, I got some kind of slow leak on the tire. Every time for the last 3 weeks I get on this bike, I gotta put a little bit of air in the front tire, just a little bit, about 10 pounds, but you can really tell that it's low. It's 32, it's 22 instead of 32. It's so evident. Anyway, I stopped here. This is a brand new car wash, self car wash. I know a lot of people like these, but I gotta tell you, we saw something very disturbing on social media this week. A guy was washing his motorbike, his scooter, in one just like this. Not this one. This one's brand new, like I said, just opened. But it's somewhere around here. I don't know where. I'm going to see if Lon still has it. But he got electrocuted. So he was spraying his bike with the water. And I don't know, they've got electric here, they've got water here, maybe it's not grounded, whatever the case. Sometimes shortcuts are taken in electric's installation. The guy was he's laid out right next to the bike with the wand still in his hand. He just got electrocuted. I don't know if he passed away or not, I don't know. But it was a really solemn post on social media that a bystander actually was there when it happened. I'd rather leave the washing of the bike or the car up to the people that do it. It's not that much money. It's for like $3-4 you can get a wash usually. And that way I can sit in the shade and watch them do it and not worry about electrocution. Anyway, I put the air in. This one's really good for air. You got to pay for it. The gas stations here, you do not have to pay for. It's free at the PTT station at least. But this one is better. This one's like, you got to be really careful because it'll put up to 40 pounds in just like that. I think it's a total of 80 pounds in there. So it's a lot more PSI, pounds per square inch, than the air at the free gas station. Anyway, let's hit the road. There you go. You don't see one of these old school thermometers very often. And that was in the shade over 100 degrees. About, I don't know, about a half hour's ride. A little bit beyond Rayong, technically maybe Mop to Put, just a little bit past Rayong into Mop to Put, is Chai Big Bike. It's behind me here. And just a small shop. One guy, he lives here. He's got his CB650 parked out there and whatever this thing is. But pretty cool. Anyway, I stopped by here. It's not far, all that far from the Rayong immigration. And also just almost right next door is one of the best restaurants in the entire area. It's packed every day. We were there, I don't know, it was a rainy day a month or so ago. and it's busy every day for lunch. And I found this place right next door practically and stopped by, and he seems like he has a very good attitude, very good can-do attitude, and I like that. So I told him what I wanted. I wanted a front air cowl, a little bit of a windshield, not a great big touring windshield, not anything like that. Just a little thing to divert some of the air, like a little kind of wraps around the headlight. I call it a cowl. The paint on it might have to be redone because I don't have apparently there was some years of this that had a black stripe. I have a dark blue, so I might have to change the black to dark blue. Other than that though, it looks fine. Hopefully it fits. We'll see what it's going to be. We'll see what it's going to be, and we'll go next door and get something to eat while we're here. Maybe before the lunch rush comes in. Anyway, see what it's going to be. The owner of the shop, he let me use his Honda Move, this little white guy right here. You don't see many of these, very rare. The battery's in the floorboard, look at that. I think they stopped making these around 2015, so that's why you don't see many. But anyway, I've never ridden one. It was nice of him to allow me to use that to go get some Pat Kapow Moo, but the whole time, I couldn't help but wondering how things were going back at the shop. The little Move, I don't get along with it too well. I don't know, the steering's real twitchy, I feel real low to the ground. I don't know. I think the Scoopy is better in that segment, and that's probably why they don't make that anymore. Go figure, they still make the Scoopy, it's a fine bike. Okay, there it is. It looks handsome, he did a good job. He's going to do some other stuff too. I need tires. I'm going to come back maybe Friday or Saturday. Anyway, that'll be another day, another story. But we got to take the other bike in for maintenance. Maintenance isn't as fun as stuff like this, is it? Day 2 here, and I'm going to go down to Honda Little Wing. 300cc and below you can take the regular Honda, and above 300cc you can take the big wing. It's only a little over 10,000 kilometers on this guy. It's for short, just a short trip bike just around town. I don't know, we'll see. I need front brakes, definitely front brakes, or it might just need to have the rotor. The pads might be okay. The rotor might have some rust on it. Sometimes that'll do it. We'll see. We'll see what it's going to be, and find something to eat down there and everything, and see what else they have interesting at the shop. Hopefully it'll start so I can get down there. Last week, I went up to the gas station to get gas, and there's a KFC up there. And I got gas, and then I wanted to go to the KFC. After the guy pumped the gas, it wouldn't start. I went in and got the KFC, came back out, and it barely turned over and started. Once it started, it's okay, it can run on its own, you know. But the battery's really on its last legs. So hopefully it starts. There's no Kickstarter. I think every dirt bike should have a Kickstarter, but I think the old 250s did, the 300s don't. So, shape of things to come. Cut corners everywhere they can. I've never been to this little Honda place before. There's a bigger one, but it's farther down. But I saw the Honda sign. I just turned in. They had an open bay. The service bay was open. She said probably I need fuel injection cleaner, and it would be a good idea at this interval to change the coolant. At 5 years old, you got to do some of this stuff. So brakes, battery, fuel injection cleaner, oil change, and coolant change, and whatever else they find. Probably some lubrication, and I don't know. But I looked online, I looked on Google Maps. I'm not real familiar with this neighborhood, and there's a couple places to eat, including even an Indian restaurant. I don't know. We'll see what we find down here. There'll be something. Rayong's full of different kind of places to eat. I found a Lucky Indian. That's what the name of it is, Lucky Indian. It might be lucky, but I would probably be unlucky. I just got through with a stomach thing. I just got through with like a 3-day bout. I had a bad coconut. I got a spoiled coconut, and I had a stomach thing for several days. Maybe the Thai food across the street would be a better option. I know that lucky Indian would be unlucky for me. I've ordered 2 dishes, a fried vegetable and a fried rice. We'll see how much they are, I forget. But I think very inexpensive. It's not even lunchtime yet. Well, it's like 11 o'clock, right before 11. And there's already about 3 or 4 tables in here eating. We'll see. I bet you when I leave, there's twice that many people. It looks like a popular place. It's on a corner, and it's getting close to lunchtime. So I got my order in. Here comes another table just on cue. Just says that's probably a good neighborhood place for lunch that I just lucked into. I was pretty lucky avoiding the lucky Indian. There you go, some tasty Thai food, my chicken fried rice. You know, the Indian food probably would have been okay, but for whatever reason, when I eat one of those curries, and I think it's the naan bread or whatever, afterwards I feel like a nap. It really, I don't know, really slows me down. There'll be no time for a nap on this day. Pretty good. 110 baht, 70 baht for the vegetables, 40 baht for the fried rice, the chicken fried rice, and the water was free. The ice and water was free. I was only gone about a half hour. I was sitting there eating for 20 minutes, about 5 minutes walk each way. We'll see what kind of progress they made. There's no way they're done. I'm betting they're not done. But we'll see. I've been wrong before. บัตเตอรี่ 2,000 ใช่ไหม
ใช่2,210
อ๋อโอเค
แล้วก็มีไส้กรองด้วยไส้กรองราคานี้แต่ตอนนี้ของไม่มี
อันนี้อะไร
ไส้กรอง
So the main thing I wanted was the battery, and they don't have it here. I think they can get it from somewhere else in town. They have to like go get it or send for it. Maybe a courier brings it, or that's the delay. And try to say, oh, you need an air filter. I don't need an air filter. I have a performance air filter, like a K&N whatever. It's like one that you clean, some kind of spray oil or something like that. So I don't need an air cleaner. I don't need the 200 baht air cleaner. I need the 2,000 baht battery, which, by the way, was what I paid for a new battery for my truck. I think it might have been 2,500 baht for the battery, something like that. But this one's 2,200. Anyway, about the same. A good battery, a good one from Honda. You could probably get a cheaper one for half that. Probably get something for 900 to 1,000 baht that would last maybe 2 years. You'll notice the black Scoopy that was parked right here a minute ago when we were talking is gone. I guess somebody's bought it. The guy just came and wheeled it away. So behind me, PCX is getting serviced. That's been a big thing. The new generation of PCXs with the broken belt spout. 20 to 25,000 kilometers. I'm wondering if the big scooters like the Forza, the ADV, I'm wondering if they're having broken belt problems. Not sure if people have enough miles on them to realize it yet. So that's what they're doing. When you come for service with your PCX and they recommend an air filter, they're recommending a belt. The belt is not expensive. I just asked the guy, he said, no, the belt's cheap. So that's the way to do it. When you go in for service, have them put a new belt on. To tell you, if that thing breaks, if you got one of the big scooters too, I'd say the same thing. Especially if you're one of these guys that tours on them. You know, on these the big scooters like the 350 series, and you're out touring on it, God knows where that thing's going to break. I would get one probably every third oil change or something, about every 15,000 kilometers. Before it hits 20,000 kilometers, I would change the belt. It's one of those things, pay me a little bit now or a whole lot later. Of course, you don't have to worry about it at all if you have a real bike with a chain. That's preferable. They said the front brakes are fine. You know, funny, I didn't notice a problem or what I perceived to be a problem with the front brakes until I got the other bike, the new bike, and I'm riding around on that every day, and then I go to jump on this bike, and I'm like, hey, the brakes don't feel good. I would probably using the other bike as a benchmark was a mistake. So anyway, they said it's fine. They checked it out, and I know the back brake was fine. It locks up the wheel really quick. They're almost done. They got the battery in, and lube the chain and. Oil change. I think I'm good for another year. So in case anybody noticed, the parts bike that the guy used to go get my battery is also a Honda Move. How weird is that? 2 days in a row, 2 different shops, some interaction with a Honda Move. Anyway, we'll get all paid up here, the entire bill, if this lady can figure it out. 2,800 baht. That's for the battery and the coolant and the oil and the fuel injection cleaner and all the stuff they did. It's probably in there about 2.5 hours. This guy just bought him a brand new Scoopy. There he goes with his cherry red tag. I will stop at Lotus on the way back. Lon wanted me to grab some things, so I brought my backpack. I always tell people, just get yourself a nice little backpack like one of these. You can hold all kind of stuff in there. You don't need any under-the-seat storage. Just carry it on your back. I never even know it's back there. Well, if you put heavy stuff, maybe. But anyway, we will finish up here at Lotus and head on back home. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Something else next time, but for this one, I'm going to have to go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.